4 months after Urua Reds triumphed over Al Hilal to lift the 2023 AFC Champions League trophy, a new season of Asia's premier club competition kicks off. Mumbai City Shield winners in India face the Iranian Cup winners and competition debutants Nassaji Mazandaran at the Sri Chhatrapati Sports Complex in Pune. The other two teams in Group D, Al Hilal, last season's runners-up, and the Uzbekistan Super League runners-up Navbahor, begin their campaigns a little later today. So it's a pleasure to have your company here at the start of what's sure to be another intense and warm season in the Asian Champions League. It's certainly warm here, 24 degrees in Pune, as the competition switches for the first time to an autumn-spring schedule, more in line with the footballing calendar in places like Europe. Today is the first of 6 three-day match weeks. Over the next 12 weeks, the group phase will be done and dusted by Christmas. 10 groups, 5 in the West Zone, 5 in the East. The group winners qualify automatically for the last 16, which will take place in February. And the 3 best runners-up from each zone will qualify as well. So once again, 4 teams that finish second in their groups will miss out. It's a brutal format, and one that Mumbai City have painful memories of, having indeed finished second to Al-Shabaab in the group last year, but the 7 points won courtesy of victories home and away against Air Force Club and the draw with Al Jazeera wasn't enough to sneak them through. But Des Buckingham's Mumbai team start their second AFC Champions League campaign with full confidence, having claimed the 2023 Indian Super League title by 4 points from Hyderabad. That translated into a Shield win. They won 14 and lost just 2 of their 20 regular season games, with a goal difference of plus 33, and will certainly start, you would think, as favourites here against the unknown quantity that is Nassaji Mazandaran from Iran's northerly Caspian coastline, only promoted to the Iranian top flight for the first time as recently as 2018, never finished higher than 9th once there, but competing in the Asian Champions League for the first time, courtesy of their victory over Aluminium Arak in the AFC Cup, Iran's National Cup final. Teams ready to enter the arena then. Iran has provided the victorious team 3 times in the 4 decades of this competition in its various guises, and we wonder if Nassaji can leave a footprint on this year's event, I wonder. All in for Asia, indeed. There are big expectations here in Mumbai. They really believe that Des Buckingham, their shrewd English coach, is building something big here in the competition for the 2nd year running. I mean, they've already overcome 1 hurdle, and that's getting an Indian team to win a match in the Champions League group stages. Indian players scoring for them as well. It happened in last year's competition. Not that they were able to sneak through. Of course, there'll be a brighter spotlight on Des Buckingham, Mumbai City, and this competition in general in 23-24, with, of course, the big spending Saudis involved and all their foreign recruits. First time so nice, let's go and do it twice. That is referring to Mumbai City's couple of wins in last year's competition. They're so up for this here, the locals in Pune. They had a great league campaign last year. Always feel that this team is improving, some important additions to the squad as well. The locals feel they are a better team than that which competed in last year's AFC Champions League. It's a more familiar format as well. We're back to home and away, gone are the biosecure bubbles of spring 2022. And now Mumbai City want to make their stadium here, the Sri Chhatrapati Sports Complex in Pune, their fortress. Some experience from elsewhere. They've made some pretty capable signings over the close season have Mumbai City. Likewise, Nassaji Mazandaran, who've raided one of their rivals in Iran to strengthen their squad for this continental push. It's going to be a fascinating clash here today in Pune. Everyone is up for this one. It's the first group stage match to kick off in the entirety of this year's AFC Champions League. Good travelling contingent from Iran have made their way to Western India for this one. It's a big test for these boys. Mumbai City. And the unknown quantity, but they will be well drilled, they will be well organised, and they have a lot more firepower now, do Nassaji Mazandaran. So let's take a look at the teams, the significant additions to Des Buckingham's Mumbai team that contested last year's competition 17 months ago now, with the Spanish defender Thierry, Dutch defensive midfielder Joel van Neef, Argentine attacker Jorge Diaz, Greg Stewart, the Scottish striker, Australian midfielder Rostin Griffiths. Today's officials are from Australia. The referee Sean Evans from Victoria was a VAR at last year's World Cup in Qatar. He also refed last year's AFC Cup final, which is Asia's secondary club tournament. Captains Hussein Zamaran and Raul Becker there on the left, who's the first ever Indian to score a goal in the Asian Champions League, creating that little slice of history with a header against Air Force Club in last year's group stages. Since securing the AFC Cup, Nassaji have seriously strengthened their squad. 6 new signings, 5 alone from their Persian Gulf Pro League rivals, Aluminium Arak defenders Husseini and Hushmand, midfielders Mohamed Zadeh and Gayed Ramati, and the striker Mohamed Azadi, who's already scored in the league for Nassaji this season. Abassi, wearing 96, is another new addition from Tractor. So plenty of options off the bench if things don't go as planned for our coaches tonight. The stage is set here in Pune at the start of a brand new AFC Champions League season. Tough test to come. Al Hilal and Neymar in this group. It's Al Hilal against Navbahor a little later today, and then everyone in this section played the first of their 6 group stage matches. Mehdi Ramati is the former goalkeeper and coaches Nassaji Mazandaran. Des Buckingham, their 38-year-old Oxford-born coach of the year in India, approaching his 2-year anniversary in charge of Mumbai City.
Let the countdown begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Mumbai City in the blue versus Nassaji Mazandaran. It's day 1 of a fresh AFC Champions League season, the 43rd year of competition for Asia's top club teams, the 21st since it became known as the Champions League. India versus Iran today in Pune. Indian teams have only just recently begun to announce themselves on this stage. FC Goa became the first Indian team to make the group stages in 2021. Mumbai followed it up last year, and they're on the attack straight away as well. But that's cleared by Hushand. 2 wins and a draw to finish second, Mumbai, in their group, but it wasn't enough to qualify in 2022. Iran are actually number 4 on the list of this tournament's most successful nations. Their clubs have won 3 and lost 6 other finals, but all 3 of those victories were in the pre-Champions League era. No Iranian club has won Asia's top trophy since Paz Tehran 30 years ago. Wonder how Nassaji will fare. They're one of 8 clubs brand new to the competition this year. That's the highest number of debutants since 2011. So, Lalianzala Shangte is a survivor from last season's campaign. 10 goals in the regular season last year in 20 starts. Played all but 3 minutes of last year's ACL campaign for Mumbai. Starting on the right-hand side of the 3-pronged attack. Singh through the middle. We've got Greg Stewart up there as well. Played briefly at Birmingham City 8 years ago, did Stewart. It's his first year with Mumbai last season. Griffiths, who played for Melbourne in last season's competition. Of course, because of the unusual nature of the group stages, they were played way back last March and April. We've had an entire domestic season since then. Mumbai on the attack. Goalkeeper has spilled it, and Apua can't quite latch onto that loose ball. And Greg Stewart looking hungry in the opening stages. Bershan is the goalkeeper for Nassaji Mazandaran. It was a bit of an unsteady contact, wasn't it, as the ball was pulled across. Nice play here, though. Overlapping player. And the goalkeeper spills that, and he has much contact there. It was Greg Stewart who whipped the ball across. Slightly unsteady start. Actually, we have another keeper on the bench. That's Hossein Katir. Rashid Bazan Mazaheri was part of the cup-winning team. It was a notable success, that, in the AFC Cup in Iran, for a team relatively new to the top flight in that country. They've got some big club names in Iran, as we know. Really adept at reaching finals over the last 2 decades, but not particularly good at winning them once there, Iranian clubs. That's loose from Raoul Becker. Possession given up rather cheaply there. Maybe Nassaji can forge something. And it's going to come all the way back to Vahid Mohammadzadeh, wearing 3. There's 5 newcomers from Aluminium Arak. Their rivals in the Persian Pro League. '77, that's Hosseini. And then Van Neef, watch out for him wearing 8, just anchoring that Mumbai midfield, new from the Pushkas Academy in Hungary. Thierry as well, the Spanish defender, wearing 4. Apua drops short. Played Played every minute of last year's campaign, the man wearing 45 for Mumbai, Alengmawa Ralte Apua. They're having a bit of joy down the left-hand side here. The ball nearly drops for Changte. Able to serve it back across. It's too high for Bipin Singh. Mishra was forward, but couldn't get onto it. Just a little too much elevation on that return ball across from Changte. So Des Buckingham. I believe that City Football Group, who own Mumbai, wanted to promote him elsewhere in the group, but managed to hang on to him here. On and into another ACL campaign. He joined in 2021, did Buckingham, from Melbourne City. He'd been the caretaker coach for 6 months. Thierry, Spanish defender. Gives it back to Rustin Griffiths. Becker, it's a useful ball over the top for Changte, who's going to be a danger all night, you suspect, here for Mumbai. Backtracking Changte. With the foul there on Hadani, wearing 32. That's Sabat Hadani, one of the few longer serving players in the Nassaji ranks. Might be room here for Hosseini. Hassan Hosseini, Hadani. Taking them a while to settle here. Mehdi Ramati, 40-year-old former goalkeeper of the national team, Ramati, for whom he won 76 caps between 2004 and 2012. Like they've been caught offside. Looking to hit that wide man, Bipin Singh, at every opportunity. So Singh on the left, Changte on the right. Yeah, misplaced passes and perhaps opening night nerves here for Nassaji Mazandaran. Pull forward, great movement here. Changte in! Rolls it across. Again, didn't have anyone quite as advanced as he may have wanted them square there. Alu as well as Changte. He's just tried to scoop it round. There's a hairy hit. This was a tidy move. Delightfully set up there by Jorge Diaz. A super ball that by Jorge Diaz there, the Argentine. And Neef. Hushmand forced back. Hosseini. Hadani. There's too much of that to Becker, but it's back with Hosseini. Hosseini again. Foul there on the man wearing 96. That's Abbasi, the new signing from Tractor, Mohamed Reza Abbasi. Well, they're perhaps a little match sharper theory at least. The Iranian side already played 4 matches of the new Persian Pro League season. Lost 2, drawn 1, and lost one of those matches. No finish higher than 9th in the domestic league. Nassaji, Mazandaran, 5 years thus far in the top flight. Abbasi. There wasn't enough conviction there in his intention, really. Mohammad Reza Abbasi, who are the 13th club from Iran to compete in this competition. First touch for Herbert Lashenpa, the Mumbai City goalkeeper. He was a mainstay in last year's campaign, 3rd year with Mumbai for the 25-year-old keeper. Griffiths sends the ball over the top. They want to foul on him for that challenge that came in a little belatedly on Rostin Griffiths, who was born in Stoke-on-Trent in England. Played the 22-23 campaign here in Mumbai after 4 years with Melbourne City. Five appearances in this competition for Melbourne. In 2022, Griffiths. For Mazaheri. Aggressive press forward here from Mumbai, and that's always the danger, trying to play out from the back. Very profligate in possession there, Nassaji. Mumbai have plenty of bodies forward, but that end product is lacking. That time from Akash Mishra. So well forward down the left. It's one of the 2 players in the team tonight who is fresh in for this season, Mishra. Joined from Hyderabad over the summer, where he spent the 2 years playing 57 matches for them and scoring a couple of goals. That wasn't his finest moment though. There's Becker with the touch. And Abbasi perhaps going to take on the mantle here of creator tonight for Nassaji. Has experience of this competition, at least Mohammad Reza Abbasi. Played all 6 matches for Fulad in last year's tournament. And spent that last domestic season with the Tractor. Good opportunity this for Nassaji to build some pressure. And the defensive contact was sufficient to steer the ball away from Gayed Ramati. Corner here for Nassaji, Mazandaran. Ismail Babai will take it here. Isn't the best delivery. Safely away by Jorge Diaz. Argentine, who was with Kerala Blasters before joining up with the Mumbai squad a year ago. There's the throw. He's defending. Solidly dealt with as well by Rostin Griffiths. Counter-attack opportunity may present itself here. Is Shankte. Waits for runners, waits for options. Nassaji get bodies back. Comes back in there to Greg Stewart. And all the way back with Griffiths. Bit loose that from Mumbai. So all the way back to Lachempa. Griffiths for Van Neef. Beckett. Van Neef. Looking for Singh. Singh applauds the intention behind that, if not the execution. We've had over a quarter of an hour now here in Pune. Mumbai City 0, Nassaji Mazandaran 0. The opening match of this new Asian Champions League campaign. Nassaji man down here. Carried on playing until the age of 37, did Ramati. Only 3 years ago. Doing a decent job thus far in his coaching career. Likewise, Des Buckingham. Previously involved with the New Zealand age group teams, the under-20s and the 23s. Coach at Wellington Phoenix, and he's regarded as a real talent in the up-and-coming coaching circles, is Des Buckingham. Ihsan Hosseini, one of the new recruits from Aluminium Arak. Looks to be in some discomfort there. A serious drizzle around this arena here in Pune. The goalkeeper should get there. He made a bit of a meal of it. Vaid Mohammed-Zadeh directed the ball back towards Mazaheri there. It's a terrible contact, wasn't it, from the kick out. He just looks nervous, the goalkeeper. Babai. 11 there, Gaed Ramati. Zamiran. Jamaleki is forward, as right-sided midfield player there wearing 4. Amir Jamaleki, but the turnover in possession threatens to leave them short-handed. Well played again, the ball in towards Shankte. Ihsan Hosseini gets it away. Diaz is busy, isn't he? Flitting about that front line. The Argentine made a really good run here, Jorge Pereira Diaz. Nice interplay. Better football is being played here by Mumbai City, but no score thus far as we approach the 20-minute mark. Rolled short to Stewart's cross. Griffiths. Changte. Raoul Becker. Griffiths. That's Tiddy. Shangte. Movement again from Shangte. Cross comes in early. Just about shovel it clear there, Nassaji. Again, it's nice and tidy on the recycle here from Mumbai City. Van Neef. Stewart. Hit with some force there into Singh. Shangte is the option here. Again, wide right. Cross shut down that time. They don't quite have the composure or the craft to do anything with that turnover there, Nassaji. For Becker. Just a bit heavy that from Stewart. Try and get it up to Azadi. He's had zero change out of Tyrion Griffiths thus far. Azadi operating as that lone striker here for Nassaji. Becker. Halfway through the first half here of this new Champions League season. Mumbai City 0, Nassaji Mazandaran 0. It's a group in which Al Hilal will certainly start as the favourites. I mean, they've done their bit as part of this extraordinary Saudi surge to be competitive, not only on the Asian scene, but the world scene, you suspect, a little further down the line. Neymar of Al Hilal now. They brought in Sergei Milinkovic-Savic, the Serb. They've got Kalidou Koulibaly as well, and will certainly be the favourites in this group. Nav Bahor, the first opponents for Al Hilal, a little later today. It's part of the Saudi project all in, isn't it, to really try and dominate. The world-class names trip off the tongue that have flowed to Saudi Arabia to play in this competition. Pass into Becker. A little disappointing that. He was rushed into making that pass forward to no one in particular, but in turn Nassaji can do nothing with it. So it's Bipin Singh fires it in early. Apua picks it up, no foul there. Apua with that 1-2. Then it's Greg Stewart. Shot deflected, safe enough for Mazaheri. Heavy conditions now. The rain's pretty fierce. Humidity an issue. Nice sidestep there by Stewart, but equally it's a smart piece of defending from Houchat. Van Neef, that's strong. Looks to be a useful addition to the Mumbai party. Joel Van Neef, he won a Dutch Cup with Groningen back in 2015. And he's managed to launch in a roundabout way the ball to Singh. It's shut down by Mazandaran again. That final ball at the moment is just lacking for Mumbai City. I mean, Shankte on the right, Singh on the left. They provide serious threats. That cross too close to the keeper. As Buckingham and the Mumbai squad were in Thailand for a training camp. And prior to this campaign, been a really big build-up since the end of the ISL season last year. They'll try and challenge here in the ACL. Ball runs away from Diaz. His first touch was a bit disappointing there. Singh, and then Mishra. Stewart running in behind, still there. And ball had just carried out a play by the looks of things there. And Greg Stewart looks forlorn. Just didn't quite read the run of the ball there. Greg Stewart arrived in India with Jamshedpur in 21-22. Rangers for 20-odd appearances before that. Snap pass forward there for Diaz. Spoiling foul from Vaid Mohammed-Zadeh. So free kick here for Mumbai City. Greg Stewart will take it. Who's going to be his best option? It's a useful cross in. And the follow-up swing from Thierry, he didn't properly connect with it. Booted downfield. A bit of thinking time for Nassaji. And not for the first time in the opening 29 minutes. Physicality of the Asian Champions League is an issue for an Nassaji player. It's Zadeh, the striker there, who's gone down clutching his head. Well, not much attacking threat from his team thus far. Just about soaked up everything Mumbai City have thrown at them. Great to see so many visiting supporters inside the arena here. It's just all such a far cry, isn't it, from last year's biosecure bubbles in the group stage. Away we go. It's Mumbai who've made all the running here. Singh controlling him down. That's Mazandaran who gets it away, but again they've lost it. Nassaji. It's that second part of the transition and moving the ball forward with reliability is where they've been found wanting thus far, the Iranians. Here's Shankte. Tricky wing play from Leonzala Changte. That time Hosseini has the measure of him there. A winger for the Indian national team. Five internationals in the starting 11 today. 5 Indian internationals of Mumbai. 28 caps for India. Shankte, 7 goals. Zadeh read that well. No foul. Best pleased the home support. That's Abbasi. Good little spark that from Abbasi. A surge from deep. Ended prematurely with that foul from Apua. The longer it's scoreless and the longer they keep Mumbai at bay, the greater development in Nassaji's confidence surely here. Moved on by Hosseini. Pull down to the left-hand side. There he is again. Mohammad Reza Abbasi. Mohammad Zadeh. That's more like it. Gayed Ramati. A series of passes strung together here from Nassaji Mazandaran. So Gayed Ramati takes it on. Right idea here as they're trying to play through, and indeed they are through. It's Hosseini! Can you believe it? 33 minutes gone. Mumbai making all the attacks, making all the running. Nassaji decide to just go through the gears, through the middle of the park. They get their passing combinations correct, and hey presto, a tidy little finish from Ehsan Hosseini, making it Mumbai City 0, Nassaji Mazandaran 1. History made here. Nassaji's first goal in the Asian Champions League. He took it really well, Hosseini. That is a real sucker punch for Mumbai. We see it the world over, don't we? In whatever country, whatever league, the dominant team is punished for not putting an end product on all their possession. The Iranians lead here in Pune. Ehsan Hosseini with his first goal for Nassaji Mazandaran since that summer move from Aluminium Arak. A delightful assist as well, with that ball cut on the reverse through to him. Here come Mumbai. Straight away, looking for a response. That's Diaz. Brings Mishra into proceedings. That's shipped on to Bipin Singh. Singh does well. And the cross is back to Apua. Deflected. Shangte wouldn't drop again for Apua. Foul, just to calm things down there on Mazandaran. Nice play by Bipin Singh. Well, just couldn't get his starting position right there. Play Tiddy, shutting down Abbasi. So we have our first goal in this year's AFC Champions League. What a Mumbai made of here. We're inside the last 10 minutes of the first half here in Pune. Mumbai, they calm and composed enough on the ball. I mean, they've got some really useful wide men up front in Shangte and Singh. It's lacking an obvious central striking threat at the moment. That Stewart tries to change that. Shangte had moved forward. Away by Jamaleki. And Joel van Neef. Singh is the immediate target. There he is. Scorer of the first goal in this year's competition, Ehsan Hosseini. Stewart, still going Stewart. Well organised, well drilled Nassaji. Plenty of red shirts back there. The cross doesn't pick out a colleague. And Azadi can maybe take it on here for Nassaji. Samaran had made the run, wearing 10 square there. Yeah, Azadi took too much on. It's with Van Neef. Here's Raul Becker. Saini shutting down Shangte. Shangte does get it. Contact on that cross. Just slow there to give him players to aim at in the middle. Very direct, both Singh and Shangte, but you have to have attackers reading that movement and reading the speed. If Shangte can get in those wide positions with possession, he's going to whip that ball across. You have to have someone to aim for. Apuia. There's Shangte again. Saini giving him room. Shangte just passes that across. Apuia picks it up. This is more like it. It's a useful pass there for Mishra, who was well forward. Just sitting off and not committing earlier than they need to here defensively, Nassaji. That really was a cute ball through from Zamiran, matched by the finish. Mazandaran with a bit of magic, and how unexpected was that in the 34th minute here. in this opening match of the 2023-24 AFC Champions League season. Well, we had that strange moment not long after kickoff involving the goalkeeper, Mazandaran. Once again, he seems to be struggling a little bit physically. Yeah, plenty to ponder for Des Buckingham. It's obviously sort of wary of flooding too many of the new players sort of into the starting 11 here. Buckingham has only Mishra and Van Neef, who didn't play in last year's ISL season. You expected a little bit more sort of smoothness amongst this Mumbai team, but again it's Nassaji who are threatening. Zamiran again on the end of that. He had the shot, the skipper. That goal-scoring combination, looking to reverse it there. That time it was Husseini for Zamiran. It's just a swing at the shot more than anything here. Abbasi. Clumsy really from Greg Stewart. A little early to be throwing yourself in like that, surely. Nassaji free kick as we close in on the half-time whistle here. Ismail Babai standing over it. He's trying to work out exactly where to send it. There's the delivery, and there's a good defensive contact in truth. A nice deep free kick there. And safely headed away by Didi. Amir Jamaleki here with the throw. Straight into that mixer, slung away. Adani, last man back. Zadi threw himself into the challenge. Seemed to catch Didi. We're into time added on at the end of the first half. Van Neef. Comes back to Griffiths. Extremely well organised. You can see those two defensive lines with Azadi furthest forward there for Nassaji. Then Shangte. Oh, that's just wide from Singh. It's the two wide men, the constant threat in the first half of Mumbai City. Shangte gets away, plays that nice 1-2 with Apua and pulls it all the way across to Bipin Singh, who is just off with his effort. At least they're finishing the first half on a high here. Mumbai City. Bipin Singh has it again. Tries that little scooper up and over the top for Greg Stewart. We've seen a clattering in the middle of the park there, Van Neef and Azadi. And, both have come off in pain. Quite the clash of heads. It was the arm that connected there with the side of Van Neef's head. So there we see just confirmation that we're having 6 extra minutes here. Will it be time enough for Mumbai to go in at half-time level? Just been punished for poor finishing, really. Nice angle of that last attempt by Bipin Singh. Saini tried to do a little too much there. His pocket picked. Zamiran. 2 loses out, but it bounces kindly there for Gayad Ramati. Tries to shake off his nearest challenger there. Apua. Bassi. Oh, Gayad Ramati. That layoff. Well, they're playing this well. Nassaji, Mazandaran. I mean, they may not have competed in this competition before, the AFC Champions League, but it's kind of elite level spoiling in a way. They're looking for every contact and turning that into a free kick for. There's no denying their ability on the ball after a stuttering start. Saji just showing their composure. That's a fine crossfield ball there into Abassi. Pulled up for handball there. Griffiths will try and launch maybe one last surge in this first half for Mumbai City. It's Raul Becker. Bassi forces him back. That's Van Neef. Griffiths has to go sideways rather than forward, though. Here's Bipin Singh. There's Apua breaking the lines, and Apua switches it back here to Diaz. Will just pinged away from him, but it's going to break here for Shangte. Shante Stewart, it's Greg Stewart. It's out by Vaid Mohammed-Zadeh. And a corner here to end the first half for Mumbai City. Stewart again breaking from deep. Greg Stewart with this corner here for Mumbai City. In swinger, really well defended as well. It's a good header that by Babai. And the counter-attacking chances may be on here. Well, Hadani tried to get away down the left. Napuia was the last man back, had to make that challenge, had to make that decision. And the decision leads to a challenge that yields a yellow card. Here, certainly late, wasn't it? Sami Hadani has stayed grounded, and on we go in the first half here. I mean, the amount of sort of stoppages we've had for these sort of niggly physical reactions to one or two challenges. I mean, you probably can tell it's an early season match. But Nassaji, 4 matches into their league season. Let's be, I suppose, match fitter. You'd expect them to be match fitter than Mumbai City, their host tonight. And that is half-time. There's an argument to say that this is the ideal, the archetypal away performance from Nassaji Mazandaran on their competition debut. Ahsan Hosseini gave them the lead in the 34th minute. They'd soaked up all the pressure and possession from Mumbai City, a team lacking an end product really in the first 45 minutes. Des Buckingham's team have plenty of energy and dynamism, but no finishing touch thus far. Clever, plenty of street smarts from Nassaji Mazandaran, and they are 1 up at half-time here in Pune. There's Buckingham then, leads his team out, his Mumbai City team for this second half of the opening match in the new AFC Champions League season. Not really going to plan thus far. Ahsan Hosseini's single strike, and what a well-taken goal it was too in the 34th minute, played in by Mazandaran, his captain. That's the goal that splits our two teams. Nassaji, Mazandaran on the occasion of their AFC Champions League debut, protecting a one-goal lead here in Pune. The squad won a one-off playoff to qualify for the AFC Champions League this season. They had a record-breaking season in the ISL, a regular season if you will. Mumbai eclipsed the points total, goals scored, the number of unbeaten games as they romped to the title, but things didn't go to plan in the playoffs, where Mumbai City lost out to Bengaluru on penalties. Ended up taking down Owen Coyle's Jamshedpur though in the playoff. It's the AFC Cup winners from Iran, one of 8 fresh faces to this year's AFC Champions League, who are leading on their competition debut. A bright start, absolutely essential at the opening of the second half here for Mumbai City. Here's Akash Mishra, a good threat for them, away on the left-hand side, combining with Bipin Singh. And a shot that he kind of heeled wide at the end of that first half. Here is Singh, taking Jamaleki with him. Well played, Jamaleki. But that ball, to no one in particular, picked up by Rostin Griffiths. And here they go again with Singh trying to play through the lines. Stewart, no. I wonder if he's struggling a little in the rather oppressive conditions. Greg Stewart up there. 33 now, Stewart. It's a really heavy night here in Pune. Just inland from Mumbai. Singh. They're in behind at the start of the second half here. Just strayed a little too far there. At least attempting here to hit the ground running at the start of the second 45. Normally play domestic matches at the Mumbai Football Arena, do at Mumbai City, holding approximately 7,500. But the infrastructure there in Andheri doesn't quite allow for the hosting of Champions League fixtures, so they're here in Pune. Thierry swings the ball wide right. Shankar just turns the ball back to Raul Becker. First time cross again. It's just soaked up here by Nassaji. Ship it on there to Abbasi, played in by Azadi. Abbasi just holds it up well. Here's Gaid Ramati. Hoshand. Jamaleki. It's a completely different air about Nassaji Mazandaran than the first 10-15 minutes here, when perhaps the elevation to Champions League was playing on their minds a little. The goalkeeper Mazaheri looked to be struggling in the early portion of this match, but weathered those storms of Mumbai possession, got their break, took their chance. now protecting this lead. Given to them by that man there, Ehsan Hosseini. Does well. Ahmedzadeh. Yeah, it's Ismail Babai. Tries to bring it away. Gayed Ramati. Had hoped to register one of the new signings in time for tonight, Mumbai. Abder Nasser El Kayati, Netherlands national of Moroccan descent. They couldn't get him registered in time. Nassaji with a player in a similar situation here, Salah Abbas. They'll hope for those registrations to come through, the correct paperwork to be signed off for the continuation of this campaign. Next go to Navbahor on the 2nd of October. Nassaji are at home against Al Hilal. What a baptism of fire that is at home. Welcome Neymar to the Azadi Stadium in Tehran. That place will be rocking that night. All in. I wonder what shape these two teams will be in come the 12th of December when Nassaji have that return match with Al Hilal at the Prince Faisal bin Fahd Stadium in Riyadh, and Navbahor will be here in Pune. Van Neef, chip wide well to Shangte, useful cross there, just away from Diaz, well defended. Follow-up shot is too high. Van Neef there just lost his head, really, certainly lost his composure. Could have taken the extra touch as well, but that wide play again, this time from Shangte, just holding that line, staying on side and arrowing that in towards Jorge Pereira Diaz. But the defensive operation has been solid from Nassaji Mazandaran. Stewart will take it on. Tries to lay it through for Diaz. Pass wasn't quite there from Stewart. And in the determination to win that ball back, Raoul Beckett drags down Abassi. It will be a Nassaji Mazandaran free kick here, given away by the skipper. Jamaleki just tries to thread that down the line. Here's the runner, Hadani. Hushand. Mohamed Zadeh. Trying that combination again, Hosseini. No doubt. Mumbai would have just heard those danger signals, because that was the combination that yielded their goal. Hosseini pushing forward from left back, combining with Zamiran. There is Zamiran. There's Hosseini. And Ramati. Trip in the end on Abassi. Frustration, the name of the game right now here for Mumbai City. Time for a change. So Hossein Zamaran is going to be replaced here by Farshid Ismaili. Done his bit with that assist for Hosseini's finish. It's a little bit earlier than he would have wanted here. Be withdrawn, but they've got another of their newcomers, not from Aluminium Arak. Ismaili joined from Fulad, the 29-year-old midfielder. Be a straight swap. Experienced Champions League campaigner as well as Ismaili. Flicked header, it's off the cage. So, contact there with his back to goal from the defender, Hushand. It was a good delivery, it really was. There's plenty of blue shirts back there. Well, in fact, it was Mohamed Zadeh that gets this contact. Really good free kick. And he's a little unlucky there. That's a delightful little brush off the head of Mohamed Zadeh. Not far away from making it 2. But here comes Bipin Singh. Arrows that towards the near post. They shovel it away effectively enough. And Azadi, he will get to this first. There's Azadi. He's just got goal side there of Griffiths. Does well. That support comes in the form of the substitute, Ismaili. And Abbasi! He laid it on a plate for someone, potentially, but Azadi didn't gamble. Great run that by Abbasi. And it was a super ball into him as well by Ismaili. Oh, that was a pitching wedge of a pass. All they needed was somebody to be a little bit more aggressive in the penalty area, and that would have been 2-0. Well-organised outfit, aren't they? Nassaji Mazandaran. Now then, Greg Stewart pulls it back well. The finish isn't there from Chang Tae. Picked up by Apuia. Chang Tae completely missed his kick there. He would have had a clean strike on goal. It's Van Neef, it's Akash Mishra, and he can't nudge it onto Stewart. At least has the presence of mind to retrieve, though, and give it back to Jose Arroyo Tiri. No way through. Again, really solid, stoic, sound defending from Nassaji Mazandaran here. So Ismaili has done well since coming on. Gayad Ramati, no. Giving it away here, it's Diaz bringing it on for Mumbai City, tries to nudge it in, might be in here with Chang Tae, not quite. Mazaheri manages to suck that ball in, just about. Rare moment of profligacy and possession there from Nassaji Mazandaran. It was given away to Jorge Diaz. Clearly offside, wasn't he? In the end, Lalianzuala Chang Tae. Look at this. Oh, no, you've got to connect there. You really have, Chang Tae. Well, he's one with the experience of the Champions League last season. Played all but 3 minutes in the campaign in 2022-23, did Lalianzuala Chang Tae. Got another issue, Hadani. Strong header won by Tiddy, but just continuing in this tradition of kind of making the most of contact, shall we say here. the Iranian team. Shankte, a seasoned Indian international. Since the finish of the ISL season last year and that playoff. 7 matches for the national team, Shankte, over the course of this year. It's a busy time in terms of Asian football. We've got the Asian Games football competition. Starts this week in Hangzhou, in China, I should say. Venues spread across eastern China. Hangzhou is the hub city for this year's Asian Games, and then of course the World Cup qualifiers. India and Iran will begin World Cup qualifying in November. Asia will enjoy 8 places in the next World Cup finals with the expansion. 4 or 5, depending on if an Asian team is able to work their way through the playoffs. Asian Cup as well will come around sooner than you know it, in January in Qatar. Won't be happy with the offside decision against Diaz. Again, pressure, but not much in the way of penetration from Mumbai City. An hour in here to this AFC Champions League group stage opener. Nassaji Mazandaran still lead by a goal to nil, thanks to Ehsan Hosseini's 34th minute strike. Adani does well, Ismaili. Shrewd change by Mehdi Ramati, bringing Ismaili on. There he is again, the substitute, able to cut it across for number 2, Azadi. Magical Mazandaran on their Champions League debut, putting Mumbai to the sword. Ismaili, the replacement for Zamiran, has given them extra legs and an extra lift. He had that first break down the right-hand side, that was repelled. But he made no mistake with the second lot of possession, has just rolled that in to Mohammad Reza Azadi, the scorer of a goal already in the Persian Pro League. And amidst his first 4 appearances for Nassaji Mazandaran, gets his first goal in the Asian Champions League. It was on a plate for him. They have been ruthless today, Nassaji Mazandaran, in punishing the Mumbai mistakes. The 23-year-old striker, Mohammad Azadi, in and around the Iranian youth teams. I mean, it's been a lonely old job for him for a lot of tonight. There's that point man up there. But he took up that position and swept home from Ismaili's assist. He was the man that got the party started 34 minutes in. Ehsan Hosseini. A bit of a delay as we wait for some treatment now. Then it threatens to all get out of hand. Oh, Abbasi has piled in there on Diaz. Well, Diaz decided to take matters into his own hands. He wanted Ehsan Hosseini off the pitch. Oh dear. Somebody really needs to burst this bubble. I'm sure the referee is keeping a keen eye on what's happening here and who is doing what. Sean Evans. It just threatened to boil over there. almost to the point of no return, really. They were furious with the way Diaz has tried to pull Hosseini off the pitch. It's a Bassi piled in. And there is communication here. So everything is rewound. Every blade of grass has a camera on it these days. Is Sean Evans going to take action? Maybe he's just going to wave it all away. Oh, hang on a minute. Well, it was Diaz who has gone over there to just pull Hosseini off the pitch. And a yellow card too. Vahid Mohammedzadeh. So that's the Argentine Jorge Pereira Diaz, second Mumbai City player to be booked after Apuia. "25 minutes to go." Bassi, furious again here. The decision has gone against him. Van Neef, and he's punished for his reaction. So 2 yellow cards in really quick succession here for Mumbai. Just got to keep their heads here, and their shape, and their composure. Again, the creation of chances has not been the issue for Mumbai City. It's been what happens when those chances present themselves. So the most frustrating of all was Shankte, a little earlier in this half, just missed his kick completely, having been teed up inside the area. Jamaleki, Adani, cleverly done. Nassaji does really well there. Hardani sends it to Hosseini, far post. Oh, they've given it away again. It's Hosseini, just tried to tuck it back in there to Ismaili. Mistakes on both sides there, but Mumbai won't care about that. Shankte brings it forward, being tracked the whole way. And safety in numbers there for Nassaji. They've given it away, it's Apuia. Now it's Stewart. Singh. Bipin Singh on that overlap. Was forced too wide. I mean, sometimes you look at the basic physicality of the two sides and the way they're made up. I mean, the Iranian 11, generally speaking, are just bigger, aren't they? Stronger, more physical. Yes, Mehdi Ramati makes a second change here, so this is Murdad. Going to replace Babai in the middle. It's Ahmed Masavi as well. So, yeah. Nassaji on. Just the blending of fresher players here as we head towards the end game as far as Nassaji Mazandaran are concerned, and they're trying to protect this lead for what would be a really quite impressive 3 points on opening day on their Champions League debut. And if you didn't necessarily know any better, you'd think it was Nassaji who had the Champions League experience. Mazandaran puts it on. Nice that challenge from Thierry. Really well played from Mazandaran. Madad. Apuia chips it on to Shangte. Working as hard off the ball as on it. Again, Nassaji Mazandaran here. Van Neef. Stewart. Stewart delayed well. There's Singh. To no one in particular again. Beckett. That ball back in. Mishra. Mishra still there. It's Akash Mishra. On we go. Advantage is played. It's Stewart. It's straight at the keeper. Thought he was going to spill it. Calamitously so. Just for a moment there, Mazaheri. Stewart fails to get any real heat behind this. They backed off him for once. It was a clear line through there for Greg Stewart. Still, Nassaji Mazandaran have this 2-goal cushion on Mumbai City. Opening night in the AFC Champions League. Nassaji. Madad Abdi. I think that was a clash of heads with Akash Mishra. Chance for a drinks break on a very muggy evening in Pune. Some further instructions. Vikram Bhatta about to come on here. the first throw of the dice for Des Buckingham here, as he looks to change things somehow. Young striker, I mean, that would be the choice if Singh indeed makes his way on. He's only 21. Vikram Pratap Singh, the under 23 international. Mistake from Mishra punished. This was the goal that made it 2-0 here. Mohamed Azadi Tuxo. Actually played in Greece for a short while in season 2020-21, did Mohamed Azadi for Panetolikos, the second division there in Greece. Can't get the breadth of spread in terms of Iranian footballers playing outside of their own country. Of course it does happen, but not in the same numbers as other nations. Tiri, Mumbai will continue chipping away here at this face of granite presented by Nassaji Mazandaran. So Van Neef has to come back for Rostin Griffiths. Another one's Vala Shangte. Apua gives it to Raoul Becker. Tiri. Floated up and over. Bipin Singh will get there. Now then, what about the cross? It's good again. It wouldn't come down for Stewart. Oh, that final touch. Where on earth has it been all night long for Mumbai City? And Vikram Singh involved, the substitute straight away here. Stewart does well. Singh volleys it across, and Diaz, the latest player to not connect where he really should have done. Any touch here, and there's real problems for Mazaheri. Singh, with his first touch of any note, does well. Singh's gone to the left. Looks like they're going to go with Shangte and Diaz through the middle now. Cut back wasn't quite there. Bipin Singh, just a last-ditch challenge, and then it's a rather heavy fall by Van Neef into his opponent, which at least cuts down the chance of a quick sucker punch counter-attack there for Nassaji. What a frustrating night for Mumbai City. Becker does well. There's Singh. Empty outside him. Singh with a little bit of dynamism. It's Van Neef. It's Bipin Singh here. Bides his time. Just can't scoop it across. Van Neef is short. Van Neef. Stewart can't make it stick. So Azadi running into the channel, he's not going to get there. Tiri. Apua. Stewart had just given him the option with that run, but Singh has tried to cross it. Another stoppage for Azadi. Well, their spirits don't seem too dampened, do they, with what they're witnessing? Just happy to be enjoying Champions League football again here. After, of course, the bubbles away in Saudi Arabia last year. Zadi limping. Less than 10 minutes to go of the 90. Van Neef. Shangte. Apua. Beckett. Pass not good enough. Mazaheri gives possession straight back to the opposition. Here's Van Neef. Singh. Singh again. Yeah, moving the ball around effectively enough. No worries with that, but where's this player breaking the lines? Van Neef swings the ball in. Landed in the midriff there of Stewart. Couldn't bring the ball under his spell. And then Nassaji give it away. It's going to be a long 10 minutes plus stoppages if they keep playing like this. Stewart's in behind. Good ball in! The latest chance missed is by Lalio Nzala Shangte. He made that run. He got there. He was completely unattended. And he's got the header all wrong. Boy, oh boy, have they missed some opportunities tonight. Straightforward enough. I mean, the passing's good, the cross is very good. The marking for once is horrendous. The finishing is even worse than that. So Shangte 10 in 20 during the ISL season. Can't convert Greg Stewart's cross. And now Azadi takes it on for Nassaji Mazandaran. I mean, they're pretty adept at spoiling and holding, aren't they, I think? Nassaji Mazandaran. They will certainly enjoy just chalking that free kick up. Van Neef's all aggressive style. As the defensive spoiler, just getting the better of him there. So Amir Hossein Majuri and Ali Davaran now will come on just to try and see this out. And two more defensive-minded midfield players. Azadi's done his bit. He has put his shift in. So that's Majuri, wearing 70, the 20-year-old midfielder. He's actually never started a match. It's his first season in the first team. Majuri. And the game has largely passed Abassi by in the second half. Davaran now comes on for him. Another reasonably untried and untested player, Davaran. Is that going to trickle? It is. Greg Stewart. Well, he's always willing to make those runs. I mean, he's not going to beat too many players for pace, I don't think, but an intelligent, forward-thinking player, Greg Stewart. Van Neef. Corner. So whisked across, but it falls to the red shirt. Mazuri maybe try and do something here. Clever challenge that by Van Neef. The ball is back with the Mumbai City. Van Neef again. Turns away from Mazuri. Singh with that give and go. Van Neef telegraphs that pass. Cut out by Masavi. Ball threaded through, playing without an obvious striker by the looks of things now. Davaran just made that dart from wide left. And now gives into the temptation to maybe make a few more changes now, Des Buckingham. So Gurkarat Singh is on here for the last few exchanges. More forward thrust needed. Might get a chance to do something here as Mumbai move the ball from deep. Tiri for Greg Stewart. Oh, it almost broke there for Singh. The ball did find its way through. He's managed to swing and try and cut it across there, Gurkarat. Offside against him though, by the looks of things. Singh dispossessed. There's a Smiley. No, there's no intention whatsoever to build anything attack-wise now for Nassaji Mazandaran. Let's just see this home, boys, is the message. So wave upon wave of blue-shirted attacks. Sean Evans going to interpret that as a fair challenge now, it seems. There's the decision there. Vikram Singh gets nothing. Latest Nassaji Mazandaran issue is with Madi Abdi. Did take the full force there of Rebecca's head. Racing incident. I'm sure there can be too much consolation right now for Madara Abdi. So, his team, Mehdi Ramati at the start of something special. Maybe. fascinating to see them against Al Hilal next time out. 2nd of October at the Azadi in Tehran. There's Buckingham's team. They'll be going to Navbahor. The city of Namangan in Uzbekistan. What a treat for the Nassaji travelling faithful. There's been quite a stoppage here. So, clash your heads at the gingerly coming round there. Did he? 9 minutes at the end here. Raoul Beckett gives it to Tiddy, tries to slide it through. Finding that right pass. Not quite there though, just didn't have the pace to take it on. That's not the intention now. Just safety in numbers, soaking everything up as far as Nassaji Mazandaran are concerned. Four losing Iranian finalists in the Asian Champions League in the space of the last 15 years. Persepolis lost in 2020 and 2018. Zobahan got to the final in 2010, lost that. Sepahan back in 2007. But Nassaji Mazandaran, this 13th club to represent Iran in the AFC Champions League, have given themselves a fighting chance in this group. It'll certainly be an eye-catching result if they can see it home here. Rode out early issues. The goalkeeper in particular looked shaky in the opening stages. Mumbai had all the possession. The way they play Mumbai City, just no issue really in asking questions of defences, creating chances. They have the players to cause teams problems, but boy, do they need a finisher. That's Apua. Griffiths. Thierry can do nothing. He's trying to just link up there with Bipin Singh. Left-hand side. Ramati. Really nicely done. They could be in again for a third here. Smiley takes over once more. Smiley, who came on and within moments was setting up that second goal for Azadi. Just couldn't do something similar there. Mumbai again bring it on. So expectations rise once again that they can get something to set up a rousing finale. There's the through ball. There's that multi-layered defensive line or lines for Nassaji Mazandaran, repelling everything Mumbai can sling their way. Gayad Ramati now. Davaran. Ramati plays that pass. Here's Masavi. Twisting and turning away from the fullback, Nassaji! And he absolutely pumped that into the near post. Ismaili couldn't do much with it. The ball was drilled at him pretty much, well, if not point blank, then certainly at a range that made it very, very difficult for him to do anything there. In fact, it's just rolled off Griffiths into the path of Ismaili. Nudge in the back there of Vikram Singh. The backtracking Abdi gets a yellow card. Covered after that pretty unpleasant looking clash of heads with Raoul Becky 5 or so minutes ago. So Greg Stewart here. Back straight to Stewart, a little bit fortuitously. There's the step over, there's the run, there's the cross, and it's away by Mazaheri. Singh. Still there, Singh. So many bodies to try and circumnavigate, though, as they push it forward. Apua on that reset with Vikram Singh. Griffiths was forward, it falls for Stewart. It's Stewart, it's straight at the keeper. He elects to fist it away. Diaz, no. Went for that curler, went for that dramatic bending shot into the top corner. Yet another Nassaji Mazandaran player goes down with cramp here. Still nothing reduced now to efforts like that from Jorge Pereira Diaz. Of course, it would never have come to this had one of their hatful of chances been converted. Safety first from goalkeeper Rashid Mazaheri. Might have been expected to just suck that in on another day, but fisted it away. Then Singh, Gurkirat Singh. Pereira Diaz works it square, then goes on the run for the second ball. It's cut over to him by Stewart. And then Pereira Diaz, it's been a frustrating day for him. He's been yellow carded for his troubles as well. Makes this run from deep. Just comes at an awkward height for him to try and bring it down. I mean, Stewart has been trying to do that to the very last here. Prodding and probing and playing passes through, up and over. But it's just been an extremely frustrating night. One of those nights indeed for Mumbai City. I mean, the further creativity of Abdel Nasser El Kayati, it can't come quick enough really for Mumbai. They will hope to get him registered and the paperwork sorted for the continuation of this group. Goal kick right at the last here could pretty much spell the end for Mumbai City. So many chances have come, so many chances have gone for the host team. It's another notch on the learning curve, if you will, for Des Buckingham's Mumbai City team. They won Champions League matches last season. They may well win Champions League matches this season, but not tonight. Stunned by a dream tournament debut from Nassaji Mazandaran, the Iranian Cup winners. Goals either side of half-time from Ehsan Hosseini and Mohamed Azadi have registered a really slick, well-organised, tidy win for tonight's visitors. They will leave happy Des Buckingham and Mumbai City back to the drawing board in a sense. They need to find a finisher. It could have been so different tonight if they'd managed to convert at least one of their many, many chances created. But on their first appearance, full stop, in the history of the AFC Champions League, the 13th club from Iran to play in this competition have sent a result to, well, to send shockwaves around the competition, really. It's been a terrific display from Mehdi Ramati's 11 tonight. Be hard-pressed to know the more experienced team in terms of continental club competition. Hosseini with a slickly taken first goal, and then Azadi played in by the substitute Ismaili after a really poor error in the back line from Mumbai City. Sealed the deal with that second half goal. It's finished here in Pune. Mumbai City 0, Nassaji Mazandaran 2. There you have it. Hosseini and Azadi on target. Really impressive win this from Nassaji.